Welcome back to Factory Sealed. It is October 3rd, 2016. My name is Eric Peters, and joining me today, Mr. Daniel Curtis.
Yarit.
What?
Yarit.
You're right?
No, you're all right. It's Geordie for how are you?
Jordy, I'm a moron.
Yes.
We also surprisingly have a third person with us today.
Oh.
We've managed to wrangle Yambus Ragan in.
Yarit.
Yes, I'm all right.
Why not? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Tom. I've missed you.
Oh, that's nice.
I missed you too, Tom.
I've missed you guys as well. Where's,
Liar!
Have you?
where's Jess? I miss her as well.
Jess had to be the responsible adult and go to work.
Hang on.
Oh.
Hang on. We just said who's on the show at the start.
I know.
This
Well,
is-
that's Tom's fault for actually bringing it.
This is
I was
unprecedented
just going to let it
behaviour.
go.
Are we now going to launch into a serious tirade about retro games without any nonsense?
Oh, no, I've got some shit to talk about.
Oh, as usual, of course.
Yeah.
Because you are, of course, in Wisconsin, where last time you shot crossbow bolts at Hitler, so anything could happen, really.
It is true. I mean, I haven't had a whole lot of time to get really dumb yet because I had to fly back with just my 2.5-year-old. So it's been quite the adventure being single dad, just trying to organize everything.
Oh, it's just two of you.
We had like yeah, for now. Christy comes back on Wednesday with the other child.
The other child.
Yeah,
I
the
forget
little one.
I forget what her name is.
Get a job.
Haven't seen her for a few weeks, you know.
Bring child 2 with you.
No, so we had only like a 30-minute layover in Chicago. And of course, whenever you land in Chicago, your gates can never be next to each other. So I had to pick Ellie up, and she didn't want to be picked up. She wanted to run through the airport, and because she'd been sitting for 3.5 hours. So I just picked her up, and she's screaming and kicking, and I'm just bolting through, just dodging people, running left and right. Huge backpack, diaper bag on, just hauling ass through this busy Chicago airport to run to the next gate.
Basically
2
like
minutes.
the start of Home Alone.
Oh, yeah. Big time. But
It's a reference for all you 90s kids out there.
no, we made it. But for the first time in my life, something that I thought only happened in movies actually happened. We were on our plane from Phoenix to Chicago about 20, 30 minutes into the flight. And I knew that if our flight from Phoenix was delayed at all, I was going to miss my connection. And about, I don't know, like I said, about half an hour into it, the stewardess comes onto the PA and she goes, "Attention, ladies and gentlemen, is there a doctor on board?" I'm like, oh, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yes,
It's one of those
me,
things.
Eric Peterson.
I thought about ringing my,
I am a qualified gynecologist.
excuse me, it's a man. I'm a prostate?
I'm a penisologist.
I'm a butthole examiner.
You'll do. Come over here.
Sir, it's an issue with his heart. I can get to the heart through the butthole.
Oh, God. I brought my
But no,
extra
it was-
long camera just in case.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like you always hear in the movie theater, somebody comes on like, "Is there a doctor in the house?" And one guy just comes running up. And I remember standing at the gate to check in, and there was this guy standing to the right to me. And the only thing I remember things like, sweet hairdo, man. And just, he was kind of a nerdy looking dude that just had this, I can't even describe what his hair looked like, but he was the doctor that rang his bell, and he went up and he got out his stethoscope and he started examining this dude right there on the airplane.
So you feel bad now?
I do. Like, that dude probably saved his life.
Yeah, but to be fair, doctors can be awesome, but they can have bad hair.
Oh, it was wild.
Yes, intellectual people do have crazy hair.
Yeah, okay, Einstein.
But
That's why Eric has got none. Shots fired. Down in flames.
I have no comeback to that. I don't.
All tires slashed.
Yeah. I'm just going to pull this right off to the side of the road and flag down the next passing car. I read an interesting article on the airplane about mermaid camp.
Mermaid
Right.
camp?
Have you ever heard of a mermaid camp?
I can't say I
You
have.
get to be a mermaid.
Now, what I'm about to tell you is not a joke. This is 100% legitimately a place. And
if people will believe Picasso from the other day, they'll believe this. So,
He's lying!
So apparently there are people out there who identify truly as mermaids. They just think they're a land-walking mermaid.
wait, what?
Yes, they're genetically part fish.
So they have a tail.
No, they think they're like it's a mental thing.
Well,
like, I
they don't
feel
have
like
a
I'm a
tail.
mermaid. The people talk about, this animal's my spirit animal. Except this is a step further. Like, I'm actually a mermaid. So in Florida, of all places, in Florida, there is a place called Mermaid Camp where these people, or anybody, I guess, but I guess it is more attractive to those who believe they're mermaid, can go and learn how to be a mermaid.
Right.
Complete with the flipper outfit, and they learn how to be a mermaid. It was the most fascinating article I read because I'm like, this is fucking weird.
Just a bit, man. Have these people escaped from the loony bin?
That's kind of
I don't know, but apparently it's almost like a zoo exhibit too, because people can go and watch this.
Tell Jess's stalker quickly.
It was so odd. These people were so pleased with themselves. Like, I finally got to live out a lifelong dream of being a mermaid.
Finally,
Like,
I
you're
get to meet
45.
Ariel and Sebastian.
I get to drown because I can't breathe underwater.
Just got a vision of just mad people just on a rock somewhere in Florida going, under the sea.
Frig.
What a bunch of weirdos. I mean, I'm all for diversity and stuff, but that's just weird.
Pretty soon they're going to want mermaid rights.
Can you go and be a merman as well?
Ooh.
Only
I
if you've
don't
got
know.
rippling pectoral muscles.
My gut
me,
hangs
though.
down too far.
If
No,
you
they
can
only
get
want
a fat
attractive.
merman.
He'd be too buoyant.
I know. This is the problem.
He's got to tie bricks around his feet. Give himself a pair of mafia boots.
Yeah, a big pair of iron boots. They'll do the trick.
Yeah. So, I have a question. I've read a lot of stupid shit when I was on the airplane. I was reading about Alexander
You
Graham
read the
Bell.
in-flight magazine.
Yeah.
Always
Apparently,
full of crap.
so let me ask you this: in England, do you guys have a goofy way of answering the phone? Like a word, like when somebody calls you, do you say something really dumb that makes no sense in the context outside of your country?
Hello, you slag.
I'll fucking cut you.
What do you want?
What are you ringing my phone for, you slag?
No, so like example,
Hello.
in Mexico, or the Mexicans down in Arizona, when they answer the phone, they'll go bueno, which translates into good, which makes no sense to answer the phone like, hey, good. So naturally, I read into that, and it had to do with the shittiness of the switchboards back in the day. They'd plug it together, and the first thing they do is the connection good, and it just kind of like got shortened up into good. I was reading something about the phone, and apparently Alexander Graham Bell was just a weird ass dude and wanted people, when he did, I think he'll appreciate this, when they answer the phone, he initially wanted it, instead of being hello, to be ahoy ahoy!
Ahoy, hoy!
Oh, why
What a
didn't
guy.
that catch on?
No, but
Oh,
you know what? I think we've had this discussion before. This is ringing a bell. And Alexander Graham Bell. Hey! Yeah, I know. But, it's sometimes older people in this country say the last few digits of their phone number.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's how they'll
I've
answer
met-
it?
It just Reminds me of the 1 foot in the grave scene.
Yeah. That's the first time I saw it, and I was like, why is he saying a number when he answers the phone? First of all, why isn't his butler answering the phone for him? Second of all, why is he saying a number? Because, especially in Tom's house, it just goes, hello, the Reagan residence.
Quiet. Hello.
6943, you're through to Reagan
Who the
Manor.
devil is this? Do you bring good tidings?
Could you connect me to the West Wing, please?
Master Yomos is sitting in his underpants by the fireside.
In my favorite.
So you don't have anything dumb that you say when you answer besides the last
I
four
say
numbers?
hello.
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 Like L-O-P, like L-O.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Governor.
Tom, I sent you a picture of a license plate that said "Hello, Governor" on a Mini Cooper the other day.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Figured you'd get a kick out of
that
that
in
one.
Arizona?
Yeah, it was.
Those guys, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, but those in-fight magazines are absolutely full of shite. Like, they just put anything in them. Anything.
As referenced by Mermaid Camp.
I know, it's just, they make no sense. You're on a flight, you're going somewhere, and then they have a nice section about travel, then suddenly there's mermaid camp.
Because it's features that will never go out of date, so they can just keep them in the magazine
I was reading this great article about Dakota Fanning, and then I flip it over and it's fucking Mermaid Camp. Like, how do we go from one thing and then Alexander Graham Bell, ahoy!
I was in the dentist about 2 weeks ago, and they had a magazine from 2004. I was like, what? I was like, how can you not have new magazines?
That's actually an indicator of quality businesses, is if their magazines on the guest room are up to date.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to know about the up-to-date goings-on of Mermaid Camp?
I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
I might visit it next time I'm in Florida.
I'm coming. I've already booked my place.
Let's just go be mermaids and flap around.
Hey, guys!
Speaking of flopping around, Tom, you were in Greece, weren't you?
I was just...
How does that have anything to do with Greece?
I was kind of flopping around,
Because he was
though.
flopping himself down on the beach, doing nothing. Get it?
What, in it with nothing on?
There
Well,
wasn't...
no, you just flop yourself down and be lazy. Vacation, lazy, flop, do nothing. Get with it, Dan.
I thought you were talking about his penis.
No, not that again.
What is it with your obsession with Tom and his crotch area?
Sorry, Tom. Smooth area. I do apologize.
That's fine. That's good. We're good. We're good. I
just. It's just one of those things. You just got to talk about it. It's the elephant in the room. I mean,
yeah. It's been mentioned.
I think it's just you
I just like Tom.
and his penis.
Yeah.
I was actually 500 meters away from a nudist beach, but I didn't go.
Did you get out the binoculars?
I was intrigued
He got out his periscope.
just because
His microscope.
it was just chill by the beach, by the pool, play some games, read some books. That was it.
What
Are you
games
afraid
did you
that-
play?
Are you afraid that if you would have gone to the nudist beach, you would have been the awkward dude with a boner?
Yeah, apparently if you get a boner, you have to run into the sea and wait till it goes.
Like, that's a rule?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the general people who go to nudie beaches are generally old.
They're usually
So-
old people, but that is the rule. That is a genuine rule.
Like, does it say it on the board? Like, there's a
Yeah.
dude with a huge erection running towards the ocean?
That really is on the sign. That's on the sign. Yeah, there are rules, and that's one of them. It says if you get excited, you have to stand in the water until you're good, and then you can leave the water if you wish. But you cannot be walking around.
But what about if you immediately get out, see somebody naked, and then it happens again, and then you're stuck in a perpetual loop
back in.
where you keep going onto the beach, getting a massive erection, going in the sea, losing it, going back on the beach, seeing more boobies, getting a massive erection, going in the sea.
How old are you, 12?
Pretty much. I mean, this podcast seems to bring out that side of me. So
I kept seeing loads of snakes, so I just stayed in the water all day.
Eric, your first question you asked when you said he was near a nudist beach is if you got binoculars. Who are you to talk?
Yeah, well, at least I'm being more covert than just.
Did you see some
sporting some
movies?
wood. Well, yeah, everybody likes them.
Yeah, but what about if there is some dude near a nudist beach who's just stuck in the sea?
That's what I was saying.
He'd be wrinkly as hell.
They have to airlift him out.
Put on these emergency Y-fronts.
No, then they just have a bunch of really fat dudes walk towards him and then escort him out.
What if he gets a porno when he sees them?
Or his nan or something.
Oh, no. No.
Sir, we're going to have your grandma walk towards you now.
My
Backwards.
eyes! My
Touching her
eyes!
toes.
Okay. I had a good time, though.
What games did you play, Tom?
I played and finished Alone With You for the Vita.
Is it worth finishing?
Yes, definitely. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Good.
I played a couple of other Killzone Mercenary on Vita and a little bit of Child of Light.
Okay.
And that was about it on the Vita. What did you say?
You didn't start Trails in the Sky?
No, I wanted to, but I didn't. I didn't have my PSP with me.
I'm 6 hours into it. You can put it on the Vita.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm about 6 hours into it, still in the prologue.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is it still popping up with hints and stuff?
No, it's still just classified as prologue.
Wow. It's
just there's a lot of story, a lot of text, lots of reading, thinking,
Apparently,
brain
Trails
work.
of Cold Steel is very similar in terms of there's just a ton of dialogue that you just have to kind of get through. But
It's not that it's bad. It's really interesting dialogue. It's just there's a lot.
It's like
I want to play a game, not read a book. What is it, school?
It's like on Skyrim and stuff. Does anybody ever read the books?
Oh, hell no.
Man, no.
I think
I
read
open
one
all
once.
the books to see if I get a point.
Are there books and stuff like lore in the Witcher as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. God, man, that game's huge.
It is. It really is. I finally finished it, but I think I've still got about 50% of the world to look at.
You finished that game?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I got to the last mission, then stopped for 6 months, then finished the last mission.
Wow.
So you forgot everything.
Yes, I forgot absolutely everything.
It's a good way to do it. So essentially, if I just loaded a game save at the very end and played the last mission, I'd remember as much as you do.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, it seems fair.
Cool.
Well, we are here this week playing something that I can't believe we haven't played in 112 episodes.
It does seem mad.
Yeah. Well, we've played definitely a lot of other games from this series, but we finally, through just random choice, chose to play through A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, super.
Super Nintendo.
Super.
That sounds like Sega.
Just the
Sega.
Oh, sorry to sidetrack. Did you guys see the Myst video that I put up?
Did you?
Yeah.
I got an email notification that it was up, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, who's hacking into our YouTube account posting videos?
When
How
did you
dumb
do
is
that,
it?
Tom?
It's dumb. We're so shit. We are so crap.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that.
It's just like I was struggling to find clips of us progressing because we were just like fucking, we just didn't know what to do. So I just put. All
I think
the
I'm
dumb
most
shit in.
excited for the room with the door or the light switch that Dan and I got sidetracked with.
Oh yeah, that's in there.
Oh, good. Did you keep my final countdown bit in?
I don't think so.
Oh. I was playing the light switches to the tune of the Final Countdown, Eric. So.
I think I was making up a rave song as I was going through it, pretending I was Skrillex.
Yeah.
It's really dumb.
It's when I look back on us playing it, though, it's so hard to figure out what the hell's going on. And that's pretty much the whole...
Well, which is why we're going to play the updated version with actual controls.
Yeah.
Not point and click. So
yeah, check that out on YouTube. But sorry to deviate.
It's only taken Tom about 3 months to put it together.
Yeah.
I'd almost given up hope on it.
We should do those again. Those videos are fun.
I like doing them. I just had... I just got a bit busy, but then I picked up some time to do it.
I recorded my first half-hour playthrough for Banjo-Kazooie. Nobody else did.
Aww.
I'll replay
it. No. So, back to our game for this week.
Yes.
The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
16-bit Zelda.
It's quite a classic. This is a game that you've never played, right, Dan?
Correct. Which, bizarrely, I don't know how I've never played it. I played Link Between Worlds a few months ago.
Yeah, so you're playing this backwards.
Yeah, it's weird. Because they're very, 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 very similar.
Well, yeah, because Link Between Worlds is a sequel.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
But it's like a sequel kind of with the same world.
Yeah.
So it's very similar. Like, most sequels have a different world.
Most sequels say number 2. This one don't, so I was real confused.
I like American Tom.
I love American Tom.
He comes out every now and again.
Just so thick.
Tom, have you played this game before?
No, I have not. Amazingly.
What?
I
What?
Jammed on it for 5 minutes.
That's my phrase. Get your own.
Huh?
Better.
Was?
What?
Oh my god. Sound like a mating hyena.
What you say, sonny?
Bird, come and give me some of that lovin'.
Haven't got my ear trumpet.
Can we talk about the fucking game?
So no,
I'm impressed that neither of you have played this.
I jammed on it for 5 minutes in 1999, but I have not tried it.
The Eric Peterson way.
No. Game shit.
Play it for 5 minutes, decide that it's shit, never touch it again.
Yeah. So easily the most iconic of the Zelda games, the one that most everybody jumps back to as being the best in the series alongside Ocarina of Time.
Feels like a clone
traditional
of
top-down. It is. I mean, it takes a lot of its inspiration directly from that game.
They copied that. They're Landstalker.
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 Another Landstalker clone.
Oh my gosh, a man!
Or as Dan would say, ooh, a man.
Ooh, a man.
Oh yeah,
Tom's crotch.
Oh yeah.
My crotch is
Yeah. It's too bad that Jess isn't here then, because I'm sure this is one of her favorites.
She guaranteed she would finish this game.
I guess we'll find out next week if she's going to finish it.
Do you think she'll be on?
No.
Jess is still part of the show, by the way. We're just not sure what happened to her.
Kind of. I guess.
She's either volunteering, or moving house,
Or working.
or teaching.
Or getting divorced.
Yes.
Or being stalked.
Oh,
or lighting her truck on fire.
Or dropping
Or
her,
rug
Or getting
munching.
arrested.
dropping her keys down the toilet.
Forgot about that one.
Okay, so this game, Zelda, Link to the Past.
Link to the what?
Link to the bit to put your teeth in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A link to B4.
Thank you, American Tom. Would you care to narrate for us what happened?
Gee, I don't think so good on the spot like this. I had to rescue Zelda at the beginning, but I don't know why. She was in a castle, and there were these wise men. That's all I know.
They're a whole lot smarter than me.
Yeah, they're real wise.
I saw this guy once, and he had a really sweet green outfit on with a silly hat.
It was confusing because I was green, and the guards were green, and
the grass was green as well.
bushes were green, grass green. A lot of my house ornaments were green. There's just a lot of green on the screen. Those words rhyme.
Had a hard time seeing where I was going. So much green. So, as Tom so eloquently stated, I really enjoyed how this game does a great job of setting a very dire tone at the beginning of the game with all the rain and just that intense music at the beginning. It's nighttime. Link's heading out into this adventure, not necessarily because he wants to, but just simply because he feels the compulsion to. He's got that inner hero in him that just is driving him towards greatness.
Yeah, it's cool. It kind of springs you straight into the action because as soon as you leave your house, you just have to make your own way to the castle, and the game is just... I think you're in the first dungeon straight away, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mini dungeon, which...
Yeah.
For as many times as I've played this, I felt like an absolute moron for getting stuck where I did, because you walk into the castle and you're supposed to go downstairs, and there's a locked door and a treasure chest. The treasure chest has, I think, the boomerang in it and nothing else. And I'm like, well, keys come from treasure chests, so I gotta go find another treasure chest. I just kept walking around and around and around until it finally dawned on me, kill the fucking dude in the room and you'll get the key.
Oh my god.
I spent ages looking for that treasure chest, and then I'm like, oh god, I'm an idiot.
That's as far as I got when I first played it all those years ago, and I just switched it off. I don't know why. That was pretty dumb of me, because I'm really enjoying this game. And
it's fantastic.
that's really
it's
surprising for me, because I don't really enjoy a lot of Zelda games.
See, I'm not loving it, controversially.
Ooh.
I think the thing to note with this game over the other ones is that it is much more difficult.
It really is. I think that's what put me off.
I think in Link's Awakening, I can get through it just standardly dying a couple times here and there. Ocarina of Time isn't horribly difficult. It's harder because it's in 3D.
Yeah, definitely.
Link Between Worlds, I don't think I ever died. This one, I've probably died 50 plus times.
I think I have as well, and it's frustrating having to go through the levels again. But I mean, it's good though. I mean, I just think sometimes the hit detection's a bit off when you're trying to hit people with the sword and things. It's frustrating. It just takes some getting used to.
Yeah, and also like when you charge your attack, I know it's just part of it, but you always have to stay facing the same direction, and I always feel like it takes a while to judge where you are in relation to the enemies and stuff. I feel like I'm being...
like if the enemy's coming up behind you?
Yeah. I feel like I'm being really careful, but still being punished for a silly reason. But it's just old.
And it also has the problem which Link Between Worlds had, where you get very, very, very few life hearts.
Oh yeah, they're very, very few and far between.
Which is crazy, because you lose so much health when you get hit.
Yeah.
Which kind of impresses upon you the importance of finding those extra heart pieces to increase your overall health.
Yeah. After the first sort of mini dungeon, I spent a lot of time on the map finding some heart containers.
I should probably do that.
Yeah.
The game itself is really interestingly structured, where it gives you that first introductory tutorial dungeon where you go and rescue Zelda, help her escape, and then you end up in the sanctuary where you get the rundown of here's what's happening. We need to collect these 3 pendants. So you have to go see this. How do you pronounce that guy's name? In all the years, the old sage guy, Sarah Hashrala.
Yeah.
Who wants to take a stab at it? Shahashrala?
How do you spell it?
Look it up. Look it up. Let's take a stab at this. Link to the Past. It is Sahasrahla. Sahasrahla.
Sahasrahla.
I think that's right. Let's go with that. Sahasrahla.
Sahasrahla.
He's just this old dude hanging out in the Eastern Palace area. Tells you have to collect these pendants, and then that'll allow you to challenge Ganon in the top of the palace. So before we go any further, how did everybody at least make it through these first 3 dungeons?
Yes.
Which is the 3rd dungeon that you're talking about?
Eastern Palace, Desert Palace, Tower of Hera.
Oh, I'm up to the end of Tower of Hera.
I just acquired the Master Sword.
Where's that?
Good Lord, so you're not even in the Dark World yet?
No.
Oh, man.
How,
you guys are poop sandwich at this.
How far are you, Dan? Whereabouts do you get the Master Sword?
I'm 1 dungeon ahead of you.
Oh, is that Hyrule Castle Tower?
And no, the next one you go to the Lost Woods to get the sword.
Oh, okay.
So we really won't talk about a whole lot of the game then. I'm halfway through the Dark World.
What's the Dark World? Oh, no.
So, yeah, what's the Dark World?
Spoilers.
You've got this game. It's interesting because you have the Light World, you have the Dark World. The Dark World is the land of the fabled land where the Triforce resides, and there's been a link opened between them. And they're trying to, Ganon's trying to recapture the pieces of the Triforce to claim for himself. After you beat the 3rd palace, you can flip into the Dark World using a mirror. And actually, there's little portals that'll flip you into the Dark World, and the mirror brings you back to the Light World. But the Dark World is where all of the 8 main dungeons are. The first 3 are basically your introductory dungeons.
Oh. So it's kind of like the mirror world from Link Between Worlds.
That's exactly what it is. I think that's why it's called the Mirror World. Because it's the exact same world, just
mirrored.
Different. Mirror War is not backwards though. What did you guys think of the dungeons for what you've played so far compared to other Zelda games?
Well, it's interesting. It's obviously not like the 3D ones or anything, but it is obviously very similar to Link Between Worlds, so I have that to compare it to. But they've been frustratingly difficult and reasonably interesting, I guess.
I like them. The one, I can't remember which one it is, you get the Pendant of Courage. I think it's the Eastern Palace. It's the one where you fight the Armor Knights. I think that was a cool boss.
I did not like the Tower of Hera boss.
Oh.
Which one was that again?
The weird snake thing.
Yeah.
The weird snake
where
thing.
Where it can knock you off the platforms and things, and it's really difficult to hit.
Yeah.
You
have to hit his tail.
I lost.
Well, that was the same type of boss that was the first boss in Link's Awakening.
All right, okay.
His name is Moldorm, I think.
Mordor.
More.
But
in the tower, there's an item in the Tower of Hera which is interesting because most of the dungeons require you to get the Master Key to get the Master Chest to beat the boss, and you need the item that you get in that level to beat the boss.
Yeah.
The Tower of Hera, you can completely miss that big chest because there's no item in it that you need to beat the boss.
Yeah, I nearly missed it. But
which I did.
Oh.
So I got through the next part, got the Master Sword, beat the Hyrule Castle Tower, which is stupidly long, and then got into the Dark World and realized, well, shit, I'm a rabbit. I'm not human. So when you come into the Dark World, all humans transform into animals unless they have this special power. And that special power is from the Moon Pearl that you get in the Tower of Hera. It allows you to retain your human form in the Dark World. And I forgot it, so I had to go climb all the way back up to Tower of Hera and get that stupid pearl.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I almost missed it as well, but I had a guide for that one.
I think it's interesting, though, that you get the master key to open a chest on this one rather than the boss door.
Doesn't the same
Well, you
key
still need it to open the boss door.
though?
Yeah, but it's usually just for the boss door, not for a chest.
I see.
Yeah, usually the chest in some of the other games is just a big chest that you can open.
Yeah. I know Breath of the Wild is meant to kind of allude back to this game because they want it to be more open, because obviously you could explore these 3 dungeons in any order, really. But they want Breath of the Wild to be more like that, so you can explore rather than the linear path you've had through recent ones like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. It should be interesting.
Yeah, and in the Dark World, they actually have a number on each of the 7 or each of the 8 dungeons that you have to go through. So you do have to go through those ones in an order.
Okay.
I've never tried going in them in a different order, but they're specific.
I might be on about the original Zelda. I'm not sure.
The original Zelda, you can go through whatever you want, whatever
right, that's
order.
the one I'm on about then. I do apologize. I know nothing.
What's interesting about this game, though, is there's so much side quest stuff to do that you can completely miss. Mainly, there's extra items that you can get. You can upgrade your clothes. You can upgrade your weapons, your shield. So, for example, there is the Cane of Burna. There's a cape, a magic cape, that allows you to disappear and just walk through things without getting damaged. The Cane of Burna makes you invincible and has like a spinning magic attack that goes around you that makes fighting one of the enemies in the Gargoyles domain much, much easier. Like you can just turn that on, drain your health or drain your magic power, and beat the boss in no time without taking a hit.
I found an ice rod and a pair of flippers so far.
Flippers.
Yeah, you need the flippers in order to advance into one of the next dungeons.
Ah, good job I got them.
But they're not very clear. They're not very clear about how you get them. You just kind of have to stumble upon it.
Yeah, it's just exploring and trying to think about how you can use what you've just gained to explore the world.
Have you guys stumbled upon any of the medallions yet? Like the Quake medallion or the Bombos medallion?
Don't think so.
No medallions.
So they are these really powerful magic attacks that drain all of your magic power at once but kill almost all the enemies on screen.
Sounds useful.
They become very useful. They're super hard to find. One of them, in the Dark World, you walk over by the river and there's this animal there, or there's a sign there that says there's an animal in the water that becomes really upset if you throw anything into the water. So if you pick up a rock and throw it in, animal comes out and gives you this medallion.
Of course. Who wouldn't know that?
Yeah. But this game does introduce a lot of the key items from the Zelda franchise that are present in a lot of future games. I think this is the one where the hook shot makes its first appearance.
Oh, the hook shot's always in it. The boomerang, was that in the earlier ones?
Well, yeah, but I don't think that... I think this is the first game that it was in.
The boomerang's awesome.
I always liked the hook shots. I mean, I think it was Twilight Princess where you get dual hook shots, or was it Skyward Sword? That was pretty cool. And you can swing between.
This is also the
targets
first game. It's the first game that Kakariko Village makes an appearance.
Ah, okay.
I remember that. From
Yeah.
And that's always in all the other games.
I wonder if these kind of things will be in Breath of the Wild. It seems like such a departure from everything that Zelda is, but it does look good.
It could be an allusion to it, yeah.
I know it's going to seem like a dumb question, but what's the green meter in the top left of the screen?
Magic.
It's your magic.
Okay, because I didn't have any magic powder. I think
Well, yeah, you have to find it or go buy it.
I collected a few, and the meter went up, but I've not used it.
Yeah, you can use your lantern to light pots. You didn't light any of the pots in the Quake or in the
I guess
opening dungeon?
Actually, only the ones I needed to in order to open doors and stuff.
Yeah.
I just wondered. Dumb question answered.
No such thing as a dumb question, just dumb people. I think that's how it goes. I was reading something about this being one of the only or the only game that you actually meet somebody else from Link's family.
Who? Spoilers.
It's his uncle at the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause
None of the other Zelda
he's usually
games.
always by himself, isn't he?
Yeah,
Does he die?
and I thought that was weird because now that I thought about it, it's just, yeah.
Does he die at the beginning?
What's that?
Does his uncle die at the beginning?
Yeah,
Oh,
gives you a sword.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did
doesn't seem particularly bothered.
Yeah, he just looks like he sat there kind of, here you go. You do it, I can't be bothered.
Gonna go put my feet up.
You've come this far. I told you to stay at home, but you're here now. I can't be asked.
So, your turn. Did you guys struggle finding the entrance to the desert palace
Is that the third dungeon?
and how you needed to get in there?
I think so,
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Because you come across these big stones, and when you click on them, it just has this random gibberish text.
Oh, yeah, you have to go get the book from a shelf,
No,
which isn't apparent in the slightest.
no, not at all.
So, yeah, I cheated and used a guide for that bit. So,
I had to use a guide too, because I had no idea.
there's no indication that you have to do that whatsoever.
There's a little red X on your map, Daniel.
Is there?
Well, and I think that's kind of a product of... Was there a red X on the map for that?
I don't think there was.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I think that's kind of a product of the game, though, because we've become so accustomed to, like, go here, do this, go here, do this, go here, do this. Whereas this was an open world Zelda game, and they wanted you to explore. They forced you to just explore the game, and in the process, discover a lot of the other things that exist within
Yeah,
it.
but exploring every nook and cranny to find a book, which you could quite easily miss because you have to charge attack the shelf to get the book to fall off, is not the best design.
No, but it teaches you that your Pegasus boots can have an impact on the game.
Once you realise, yes.
What was tough was like when you're exploring and you get through quite a difficult screen and realise you took a wrong turning, go back and the enemies have respawned.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
worst.
that's always frustrating. Well, that's what happened to me in the Hyrule Castle Tower. So after you beat the 3 dungeons, get the pendants, you have to make your way up to the top of the tower. And I got all the way up to the top, didn't have enough health, and wanted to go back, get some more bottles so I could fill them with fairies and come back up. The whole way back down, had to fight them, and then the whole way back up, had to fight everything again.
That's terrible. You probably should
And I
have
died
stayed
a
up-
lot in the
stayed up there.
process. Fortunately, I'm playing this through on the 3DS through the Virtual Console, and they have save states on there, which I feel is like kind of cheating, but I mean, it's part of that version.
I didn't want to I didn't want to use them, but
I used them.
I died that much. I just started using them because. I mean, I died about 10 times in the Tower of Horror.
Are there any Zelda games where it doesn't start beeping every time you have 1 heart left?
Oh, it's so annoying.
It's so irritating.
Well, doesn't this one start beeping when you have 3? It's either 2 or 3.
It depends on how many hearts you
Yeah,
have.
it's relative, I think.
But it's so annoying because there's no hearts to collect.
I know.
Which is why it's important to get all of the
Hucked.
to get all those bottles as soon as you can.
Oh, yeah.
I when I was playing through it, Eric, I actually turned down the sound because I had 1 health left. I was just listening to the podcast from the other day.
Oh God, that sounds awful.
It was horrendous.
No.
But you can still hear in the background beep 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 beep.
So you guys really haven't even dug into the meat of this game yet.
No, not yet.
Ugh. I thought you guys were going to be
Would
farther.
you say Did you die on any of the bosses up till now?
Yes, the snake thing.
Just the snake?
I don't remember what the first 3 bosses are. I know I died to some of the bosses in the Dark World.
Oh, okay. I kind of surprised myself.
Like the magic one, the guy that drops his cloak. Then there's one that you have to hit with a hammer. There's one you have to hit with a hammer to break his face shield. I died to him a couple times.
Hit him in the face with a hammer.
Get that cloak off, boy.
Let me see what you got under there. Did you guys find the pictures of Mario?
Tactic?
Pictures of Mario?
Did you guys find the pictures of Mario in Kakariko Village?
No.
Yeah, there's portraits of Mario, and you can actually grab them and pull on them, and rupees come out.
Wait, it's Kakariko. What?
Kakariko.
It's Kakariko.
I always thought it was Karakiro.
Is that you?
It's Kakariko.
I couldn't be bothered to read it.
Yeah, definitely Kakariko.
Okay.
It's a bit like in Ocarina of Time, when you're outside Hyrule Castle, you can see through the windows.
It's the Nintendo Mario 64.
What?
Yeah, there's an Easter egg.
Yeah.
You can see a painting of Mario 64 when you look through the windows of Hyrule Castle.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's a neat little fact for you there, Eric.
Did you know that Ganondorf actually has a last name thanks to this game?
Is it Gerald
Higgins.
Archibald
Smith?
Keith.
Johnson. His last name is actually, as listed in the instruction manual, Dragmire.
Ooh,
I don't like it.
don't like it. I prefer Johnson.
I don't like it.
Oh.
Don't like it.
So
Ganondorf
I'm going to try on.
Richard Johnson.
I'm going to try on this playthrough to see if I can activate the Chris Houlihan room. Have you guys heard of that?
Yes.
It's one of the most notorious additional rooms in a game. In the 90s, Nintendo held a contest to have your name coded into a Zelda game. And this guy, Chris Houlihan, won. And apparently I was reading about this room, and it was designed to be a room as a failsafe, where if Link went through a door and the game couldn't discern where he was supposed to go, it would just default him to this room instead of crashing the game. But there's very specific ways to get to the room, and one of them involves like running from the shrine down to the blacksmiths in a certain amount of time and just dropping into a hole at just the right time.
Oh, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, really interesting. And all it is a room filled with rupees and a wall on the back box that says something like, my name is Chris Houlihan, this is my secret, don't tell anybody.
It is cool, though.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, the contest was you had to take a picture of Warmech, the boss in Final Fantasy, and send it in, and they just randomly drew one person to win that prize.
Nice.
Is that from the first Final Fantasy?
I would guess.
I can't imagine that it would be, no, because the first Final Fantasy was early 80s.
Okay.
So maybe 3? I don't know. I would imagine it's 3.
I don't think I've ever played Final Fantasy 1.
It's so good.
It's like the class-based one, right? With like white mage and
No.
stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fighter, black mage, red mage,
Yeah.
thief.
Yeah.
So I was looking through some of the other things that this game is the first for. It's the first game to have the hook shot, the ocarina, the bottles, the master sword, the mirror shield, tunics, and pieces of heart. So all of these staples that we just consider to be part of the Zelda franchise were initially introduced in this game.
Did you say Pegasus shoes?
No, not Pegasus shoes.
No. What did you say? I didn't hear you say what he had on.
The hook shot, the ocarina, the bottles, master sword, mirror, shield, and tunics.
Tunics.
Ooh, narc.
Can you change the colors on this one the same as Ocarina of Time?
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've played this.
Well,
Final Fantasy 7 style where you can change the colour of the menu windows.
Oh, yeah. I'm really enjoying it though. It reminds me a bit of Link's Awakening, which is my favorite Zelda game.
Yeah, you and me both.
So I'm having a good time.
Well, we'll have to, once you guys get into the actual meat of it, dig a little further into it. This is just kind of a teaser.
Teaser
of our thoughts. Teaser of our thoughts. Hopefully Jess will be back.
Awesome.
Anything else you guys want to share about your initial impressions?
I'm just surprised because I kind of went into this a bit negative, but I've been pleasantly surprised. I just kept playing it, and I was supposed to only play an hour or two the other day, and I just continued playing into the night, and I haven't done that with an old classic for a while. So
it hasn't gripped me yet, to be honest, but I'm hoping it will.
Yeah, it's never really been one of my favorite Zelda games. I prefer the handheld ones, Minish Cap and Link's Awakening more than this.
Yeah.
It's still great because I have such fond memories of it. I really hadn't played a whole lot of Zelda games, but one of my friends in grade school had this, and I remember going over to his house. I vividly remember going to his house and him loading this up, and just the epicness of the music and the brightness of the colors and all of that just gripping me. So I have really fond memories of playing through this game. It's just not one of my favorites.
It's too green.
No.
So hopefully next week we'll be able to wrap up on it. Guys, I don't think we have any emails this week.
Bastards.
Because it's really only been 4 days since our last show.
Dark Cloud.
Believe that. So Dan and I wrapped up our thoughts on Dark Cloud 2.
Cool.
Dark Chronicle.
Dark Cloud.
You guys loved it, I take it.
I loved it. I didn't love finishing it.
It's one of those things. When you're really enjoying it,
sad.
You don't want it to end.
To be fair, he still has the optional dungeon if he wants to go do that, so...
I don't have time to do 50 levels.
Yeah, you do.
At 25, 30 minutes a piece.
Yeah, you do.
Boy, you will make the time.
It's like another 20 hours of dungeon.
Get on with it.
So next week, hopefully, if we get a chance, my sister's getting married this Saturday, so depending on my state of being...
Oh, congratulations!
Prepare yourself for an incoming onslaught of messages Saturday.
Yay!
Oh, God.
I cannot wait.
Because it's going to happen. So we'll try to finish up Link to the Past with much more insightful thought. Then I think we're going to go on and do some Castlevania.
Oh, yeah.
And then Silent Hill 2.
Oh, no.
You started it, haven't you, Dan?
I have. I got my copy in the post. Never before have I dreaded a game coming in the post. I usually wait with bated breath, and then I went down to get the post, and it came quicker than expected.
Good.
Oh, shit.
So I got through the first section, I was brave, and then I got into the first location, pussied out, and turned it off. So it may take a while.
I think you owe it to the show and our listeners to finish this.
I'm trying.
No, you're not. You turned it off like a wuss.
I am a wuss. I hate it.
Oh.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I think he
Good. That's the best
it.
way to have it.
I did enjoy bashing weird things as heads in with a stick, though. That was fun.
Oh, sweet.
I'm still looking for it on the PS3.
Well, you could just order it online.
Get a copy on eBay. I got it for like £12.
Oh, I can only find it. Oh, yeah, okay. I can find it for 15. I'm sure I can spare the £3.
I thought your mom was bringing it next weekend.
She's bloody well not.
No?
No, because she'd have
All
to
right,
bring.
now
I'm
Her...
going to purposely leave this here and piss off Tom.
Eric's buying mine for me if I finish it, so...
Oh, nice. That's a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah. But if he doesn't finish it, he has to pay me double.
Nah, that wasn't in the agreement.
That's a real... Jesus.
Well, it is now. I amended it.
Well,
That's-
I'm amending it to tell you to fuck off.
Deal. Daniel,
Hello.
how are you?
No. No. Not this time.
I am fine. How are you?
Where can we find you
Eric?
on the Twitter?
You can find me on the Twitter at Frosted Sloth.
Yamas,
Good evening.
hi.
How are you?
No.
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Where can we find you on the Twitter?
You can find me at Hyperjelly.
Very good. You can find me at Honest Pizza the Show. Oh, what?
I was going to ask you. You ruined it.
Yeah.
Just
Ruined what?
do one.
Just do what?
Yeah, you can find the show. Where, Eric?
I don't remember. You interrupted me and I forgot.
You can find the show at Sealed Factory.
At Twitter.
Facebook.
The old Facebox at factories, Facebox.com. We're just a fucking mess.
We've been drinking today. We do apologize.
FactorySeal.com/Facebook for our page, or join the group. There's a lot of fun action going on there. Send us emails too. We need more emails. We miss them.
We like emails.
Yeah. Guys, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you for making time in your evening to join me.
No bother, young'un.
No worries.
Okay. That's going to do it. See you next week.
See
Bye,
ya.
guys. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Okay, shut up.
Bye.